Hi, it's Kate. Welcome to my today's tutorial. I will be making very easy patterned paper. I'm working at the just basic paper. Size is A5. You can work at any kind of size paper which you want for your card making or another paper project. And it's very simple. We will be do some stamping, we'll be doing some stamping and don't heat embossing, of course. And here is my first step, and I stamped with clear embossing ink this pattern. It looks like part of rainbow somehow. And I'm heat setting it with green embossing powder. It's called earth tone olive. It's a very nice dark green color. The second step is stamping with another stamp, and it's bigger one, and I will be using pink embossing powder. Again, use what you have at home. Use any kind of stamp which you like. I'm working here today with rubber dance, very high quality stamps. You can use really any of your favorite stamps. Great is to use some of additional stamps. Usually when you have some stamp set, there are lots of stamps which are for focal image, like focal image, and there are other stamps which sometimes are not so nice, but when you stamp them separately like this, you can use many of them to create your own pattern paper. And I think it's great use of any kind of stamp which you didn't like and you found out that you want to use them, but you didn't have any idea how. So this is my idea how to use stamps which are not so favorite. The last step for this pattern paper is to make tiny, that's not tiny dots, these are just dots. And I'm using my favorite embossing pen. With embossing pen you can draw anything. I will not fill the whole page at once because drying time of embossing pen it's a bit faster than drying time of embossing ink. So I will do one half and the second half. Of course, I will heat set it. And this is my pattern paper number 1. I will make from those two papers, which I will show you today, I will make cards, and stay tuned for the end of the video where you can see my results. Heat setting silver embossing ink, it's beautiful. I love metallic inks. And the pink ink, it's by Alexandra Renke and it's called Judith's Blush. So here it is, my first paper. I really made bigger papers so you can see everything good at video, but usually I'm of course working with smaller format for my card making. This pattern paper will be black. Black with gold embossing powder and with white puff embossing powder. It's great when you can add dimension to your pattern paper just by using different kind of embossing powder. Specific for this white puff embossing powder is that it's growing. When you are heat setting, you see that it's making tiny bubbles, I can say, and it's growing, and it's really awesome. It's specialty embossing powder and I love it. And combination with this gold, it's really great. So this is my first layer, gold. It's kind of roses. And my second layer will be white, and this white will add really great texture, and you don't need to use any paste and anything complicated, just one special embossing powder, and it's great. And you can have white embossing powder in this puff version and black one. I like the white. It's, I don't know why it's blurry, sorry, but the white, it's really nice. And the contrast of this black background, it's again just absolutely basic black cardstock which I found in my stash. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive. I'm making my fancy paper, I'm making my pattern. And because I have at home tons of embossing powders and quite tons of stamps, I really can make many patterned papers. And I think because you are crafter too, you are having the same amount as I have. So let's use it, play a little bit. And then last steps in it's making tiny dots, just here and there to fill the gaps among those heat embossed roses. I'm doing the whole paper at once. It's really fast, so I'm not afraid that it will be dry before I will sprinkle embossing powder over it. But it's great how can I say, how to add finish touch for your pattern paper. I will not add the third embossing powder here. I will stay with gold and white because I think it's enough for the contrast which I have at this patterned paper. I think you saw many tutorials how to make your own pattern paper, but making it with embossing powders, it's really nice. Of course, you can decorate it more and more just as you like. You can see shiny, beautiful, original pattern paper. And here are my cards. I made shape cards with just circle dies, and I stamped into the circle sentiment. All sentiments are by Wool Embossing. It's just basic stamping with black ink, and for finishing touch, I add self-adhesive gems. The first paper, it's very light and I think it's very elegant, and you can make tons of papers like this. So thank you for your time.